Soar into tower. We are ready for takeoff.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. You are watching Probably at Disney, and today we have an answer to a year-long Walt Disney World mystery. Codename Project Maple at Epcot's Canada Pavilion, the secret project has finally been revealed, and as many expected, it is a DVC space, but with a specific name, an interconnected storyline, and a first-of-its-kind location for Walt Disney World. Now, normally I would not dedicate a video just for this kind of news. I'm not even a DVC member, but hang with me because I think there's a huge problem here that extends beyond Epcot and Disney Vacation Club itself. But first, let me get into what was revealed today about Project Maple. So Disney Park fans have been watching construction on the Canada Pavilion's Hotel du Canada, which is inspired by Canada's Chateau Laurier Hotel in Ottawa, and whose lower level is the home to Le Cellier, and they've been doing so for months. Theories, including my own, have ranged from a DVC lounge to a public lounge like Baseline Tap House, to a new retail space, to possibly something even more. But today, Disney confirmed that the upper level of Hotel du Canada is going to be the new home of an in-park DVC Welcome Home Center. And for reference, a Welcome Home Center is DVC speak for a showroom, much of like what you find at other deluxe DVC resorts and where you can tour model DVC villas. But not only is this one inside of Epcot's World Showcase, but of all things, it's going to house model rooms of Island Tower from Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, which may be the most un-Disney resorts I've seen, and it's not even an Epcot resort. Not to mention the fact it's completely unrelated to the park and especially the Canada Pavilion. So according to Disney, this first-of-its-kind Welcome Home Center will be opening this spring and has been dubbed Chateau des Voyages. I give Imagineering credit for giving it a name, and as some eagle-eyed fans have already noted, it was name-dropped in Disney World's other new DVC location that opened in recent days, which is McKim Mile House at the Magic Kingdom, or aka Frontierland's DVC Lounge. As reported by WDW News Today, all credit to them for this, Chateau des Voyages is referenced in a prop postcard at McKim's Mile House and was written by Victoria B. Columbia, a reference to Victoria, British Columbia, who wrote to Gracie McKim saying, "We decided to stop at Chateau des Voyages on the train home. You were right that maple taffy is the best I've ever tasted, and the views of the Rocky Mountains were something the children and I will never forget." So Imagineering is trying to give us some sort of interconnected story here, and I appreciate that. But McKim's Mile House at Magic Kingdom, coupled with today's Epcot news, is sounding off alarms within the Disney park community because this is now the second time in a year Disney has carved out park space for paywalled experiences, all while guests are paying more than ever to experience the parks itself, not to mention having to pay in order to experience all of the rides with time left over to even enjoy the atmosphere and details that sets the Disney parks apart. But what makes this news about the Canada Pavilion even worse is that it's not even related to the pavilion as mentioned, and it comes on the heels of the Epcot redo, which may be the most blatant example of budget cuts fans have ever seen at Walt Disney World. And after the stumbles of Communicore Hall and Plaza, years of construction walls, firework redos, and more, the fact Disney is still taking Epcot park space for a cash grab is frustrating, if not insulting. And I know not everyone will agree with me on this, and I completely respect that, but I feel that Geo 82, which is the official name of the new Spaceship Earth Lounge opening this summer, I feel like that is part of this narrative. An adults-only location serving overpriced drinks in a space that I have yet to see, and granted I could be wrong, but doesn't even look like Epcot or its history, but more of Disney's basic IKEA design scheme, that just seems like another problem. Again, it feeds into this ongoing narrative. It's another instance of limited access and minimal effort, and Disney making a significant profit off of that. And what makes it even worse is that it will literally sit behind Walt Disney, the visionary family man, and that just kind of feels wrong. Now, I know the tone of today's news video has been negative, and I want to say I do want to love everything that Disney does. But when Disney isn't being Disney, I think fans should protect the brand if corporate isn't willing to do so. And if I'm going to offer analysis to you, I gotta be sincere. I have to call balls and strikes. And this, in my opinion, was a ball. But that doesn't mean I'm not hoping for the next project to strike out the competition. Now, before I let you go and for something a bit more positive, it's time for another What You Probably Didn't Know at Disney segment. And today, I'm spotlighting what Disney can do with a small out-of-the-way space in the parks for just because. And that is Magic Kingdom's Main Street Firehouse. Since Sorcerers of Magic Kingdom went away a few years ago, the Main Street Firehouse was redone with a truly charming vintage theme that's home to Engine Company 71, a nod to 1971, which is when Walt Disney World and Magic Kingdom opened. And I love this space because despite being small and the fact that most guests will never even stop to see it, it was handled with such care. And that commitment to every corner of a park is what makes Disney different. So in the firehouse, there is an exhibit with patches from heroes all around the world on display. There are various vintage firefighting tools and props from the turn of the century. And it's also home to some hidden Disney characters. The Dalmatians from 101 Dalmatians, which is really fun for kids to discover. And I especially love this little lighthearted detail, the buckets filled with dog bones. So this is how I wish Disney would handle every space in the park. Do check it out the next time you're at Magic Kingdom. But that is all I have for today. But if you love Disney park news and analysis, and if you enjoyed today's video, I would so appreciate if you would give it a like and subscribe to the channel. And please let me know in the comments your thoughts about this DVC Welcome Center coming to Epcot's Canada. Does this bother you too? Or do you have a different take? I'd like to know if other fans have a different perspective that I haven't experienced or thought of. But regardless, thank you for taking the time to watch, and I hope you have a magical day.